Well, we get to see the RSGPH brand, the Raiders that we knew before. They like to engage. They're great at having team fights, but at the same time, they had a very complicated comp to make to build around, and they also decide, you know what, Udil, you're a problem. Get rid of that.
Let's
Zask.
forget Zask. I mean, Udil's known to be a player that is good at the long-ranged type of mages. If you give him something that is both long-ranged and short-ranged, what happens? It's almost a flawless game for Udil earlier with the Zask. So, nice ban for RSG Philippines. Now, I'm thinking if they'll get like a Roger for Kusei, something that will keep him be on the lead at early game, because Roger is good at early game, right? It's one of the strongest marksmen, even if at level 1.
Yep. I want to point out the Zask ban as well, and I understand why RSGPH don't take it for themselves, because they have played Zask twice, but they lost both games with a Zask, so probably a bad juju for them.
Bad juju, wipe away the karma.
Ooh.
And speaking of early game, and speaking of a strong marksman, we are going to get the Harith this time round. Now, Harith overall has been a little bit of an interesting spot after MSC. Previously, it was like it's between Harith and Roger, and then we come to MSC, and Harith didn't exactly have the best win rate in comparison to things like Claude, and then Roger is just being Roger, dominating as always.
Yeah, and the Roger is open, by the way, now that you mention it. Homeboys could probably go for that, but if now that the Zask has been banned out, we might probably see the return of the Xavier, because the trend for Homeboys so far is that they like to pick comfort picks.
Yeah, and a part of the comfort pick, by the way, is the Claude, which is very effective earlier for Net. So they probably might go for the route of a setup play type of a hero composition again, because they want to open up a space, right, for the Claude. So this Cobra is good, and you have the Fanny.
Whoa, that's interesting. Now, you were talking earlier about saying, like, hey, we want to see light on hard, heavy tanks, and I think that Homeboys, they heard it too, so they quickly take away one of the natural counter picks to this Fanny, which begs the question, okay, so they do get the flex pick in the Edith. I was thinking more like Cho. It's been a long time since I've seen light on Cho.
And the Light's a good Cho user,
He's
right?
a nasty Cho user.
Yeah, so I think if given the chance, or if it's better for the lineup of Homeboys, they could switch this Edith as an XP laner and have light on Cho, or any single target type of tank, a hard tank that could single out this Fanny, or maybe they can focus on, they could go for a draft that is not too focused on the Fanny, just decent kits, but not literally just for the Fanny.
And I think Udil's pick on the Valentina is pretty interesting as well. I mean, if you kind of think about it, if it takes away the Zaman Force and he uses it on his opponents, and then you have fast-moving Fanny to chase them down, and also to just come in with damage from back to back, right? So I think this Valentina pick might just break Udil's curse of that 0 win.
I mean, it could be, but that's under the assumption he's able to steal the Primal Wrath, right? Again, that's as of right now, one of the better ultimates amongst the three. The Hayabusa is only if, you know, Haya tries to go for that one shot, and you gotta quickly spam your ult so you don't die. But now we go into the second phase. We're seeing the Vexana ban, but also a Lunox ban for the side of RSGPH.
Yeah, we don't usually see Lunox being banned, not unless we'll see a heavy tank for RSG Philippines, like it's not or maybe they will use Gok. Although it's hard for a Gok if you're against a Fanny, it could be a double-edged sword.
I know we haven't collected all the information from all the other streams just yet, but I did hear that some of the other streams, especially with the Homeboys, that Lunox was something that did pop up.
Okay.
I'm guessing that Nets played it or something, or maybe even Udil. It's kind of tough to tell until I get some confirmation from Zipper. But until then, Angela ban on top of the Vexana ban for the side of the Homeboys.
I mean, if Udil played the Lunox, or if he plans to play the Lunox here, then, you know, I have a lot of questions here. The fact that we already have the Valentina. But coming back to RSGPH here, so beefy heroes for both sides. Another one, perhaps?
Could be. It's a little tough to say, right? Because right now, Homeboys, they've got many different aspects, but nothing that really makes it gel together just yet. The Roger ban is good for the side of RSGPH, really limiting down on net specifically, forcing him to play his atypical Claude. 36% win rate. It's not been doing too good here in the group stages, but at the very least, it's a clear target for the Hayabusa.
Yeah, I think for the Claude and Harith matchup, as long as the laning for the Harith is fine and it's okay, it is Chu and Light or Aqua with the Aurora.
I like this. I like this a lot because Fanny is like, oh, I'm looking to snipe somebody, and Aurora's like, please come get me. I got my passive. Come get me.
Even before the other heroes were created by Moonton, it was Aurora and Cho as the natural counter for Fanny.
And that's going to be a Carmilla once again being shown, but this time from the Homeboys.
Seminars.
The man.
XP, Camila again.
Yeah.
I mean, he has played in both Rome and also XP throughout this tournament, but for Homeboys itself, they play it on the XP. They also play on the Rome, by the way. Both of them wins, so they really love Camila anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to leave it to you to figure this one out because I'm going to go into the think tank. It's all you, my casters. Please take it away.
Okay, so in terms of simple execution, it's definitely on RSG side. But again, if you're able to go or if you're able to do your winning condition, if you're a Homeboys, then it's gonna be an easy route for you. Again, this is a comfort Claude for nets, so things are looking good for Homeboys. They might wanna go aggressive against Irad because if not, things will be the other way around because hey, it's a Fanny. And you don't want to see other players from RSG Philippines on your purple buff.
Yeah, and if you overcommit to Iran, I mean, the danger, say, playing the Harith can run wild. I mean, we know Harith at the late game, what sort of damage you can go. Not even on the late game, even on the mid game, we can start to actually dish out a lot of damage as well.
Yeah, and at the same time, Sir Cloud, again, for Harith, he's up against a bouncing ball of a ball. So dancing on that Salmon Force might be difficult on the latter part of the game. But yeah, for RSG Philippines, they need to do something on countering out this surprise plays from time to time from Mal.
Oh, only level 1, level 2, but they try and attempt onto Aqua, but now they might be countered back. Light is pretty low. Light needs to get away to safety. They're only level 2, level 3, so their skills are not that much. No ultimates for anyone just yet. But that means everybody survives.
Yeah, and everyone's safe during that time. So, looking at the player emblem, nothing much from our teams. More in the objective-centric type of jungles, even though they're assassins. The difference would be on the gold laners. So, it's a magic damager versus a physical damager. It's up to the farming, but in terms of range, it's definitely on Kusei's side in terms of poke damages that he can give.
Okay, no way on the dragon yet, so Udil will not be kicked. So still okay. Imal, he does have to cut throat though, but no big commitment yet because he knows that the turtle is going to be up.
Yeah, you know what? If you're Aqua, you have to be mindful of using the skills. You have to be prepared just in case Amal's gonna go for the dive. But the good thing is that if you're an Aurora, since you have the passive, you can capitalize that actually to bait out Amal on, hey, I'm a target, you want to target me? Go for it. And then we have the counterplay from RSG Philippines.
Yeah, speaking about targets now, Ye3 might want to try his luck, but he's not going to be able to overcome the retribution. So the first turtle will be given to RSGPH.
And it's a nice thing also for Light to be actually there in the purple buff area of Amal earlier because there's an information for Iran and the rest of RSG Philippines that, hey, you can go for the turtle. There's no pressure because Amal is here taking the purple buff. So things are looking good for RSG Philippines. But again, the lineup of Homeboys is meant to have nets activated. As long as there is no disruption from his laning, then there's no problem for Homeboys.
Yeah, but let's see. When it comes to execution and team fights, right, who do you think will be the better one? But hang that thought for a second because you might see the first blood here in the spike wave. Iran will get Amal. Amal, he flies in, but unfortunately, he's the one that went down. Light will survive. Mal might be the next one in trouble. Iran needs to back up as well. Udil not able to get a kill, but Udil is quite separated from his team. Nibo will try to zone him up, but Iran is turning back though. Ye3 Gotta be extra careful there. Aqua will be the next one to fall, and finally we get the second kill after this long fight here. But the fight's not over yet, as yet 3 might still be hunted down by Nemo. Irad shows himself and he gets a double kill from that fight. That is a very long one, but ladies and gentlemen, hold your horses. We're not done yet as Emal shows up with a kill from afar.
No one is ready to end the team fight just yet. All along, I thought it was Homeboys on the lead or at the upper hand during that moment, but because Ako used his flicker actually to get another kill against Homeboys, there was an intel that, hey, Ako used the flicker already, why not take him down? But after the time, Amal was alive and went for another kill, so it's 3-2. And RG still on lead, yes, but they have to be mindful of those overextension type of plays.
One angle there I want to put out, right?
Yeah.
Is that, okay, but anymore? Okay, nothing much there. But
More
one angle I
pokes.
want to put out is that for Emal to be really, really effective, he must have the purple buff. So if RSGPH can somehow steal away all the purple buffs from Homeboys, then Emal will level down, overpower down. But
Yeah.
look at this turtle right here, who was stealing. Crusade will ensure the turtle goes to RSGPH, and now it's time for a little chase. But Homeboys, they said, we don't want a long fight again.
Yeah, it's still a good trade for, or it's still a good objective for RSG Philippines. Kusei taking that Lord in front of everyone from Homeboys. So, bottom lane.
Oh, 4-on-2-1 by Crusade. Not a problem. Anyway, Irad is there. Together with the other members of RSG. Okay, they know that a couple of skills have been used. Oh, yeah, 3 is in trouble. Yeah, 3 by the next one to fall. But before that, Udil goes down first. They know that they're targeting that. Udil is more important. Mao will not be able to escape despite his attack. And this is goal time now for RSGPH. Perhaps on the Nets. Nets is pretty low as well, but RSGPH, disciplined gameplay, not going to go in for the chase.
Yeah, RSG looking good with those plays. We have Nibor on the setup play, even the pokes from that Jit Kundo from a light, taking down the turret at the bottom lane. Currently at 1.8k gold lead. So Irad is just farming from time to time. If he has the kit to be part of the team fight, why not use the shadow kill? Even maximizing the first kill of the Hayabusa just to deal damage against Homeboys. And you know what? I'm loving this Aurora pick already for RSG Philippines because of the passive. They're not targeting him, and if ever that there's going to be a Blazing Duet from Nets, even though the damage is too high, the passive will be activated, and he'll just do another skill against Nets.
Oh, speaking of activated, Ima. Oh, no. There you go. Not only that he got killed, but the orange buff got stolen away.
Yeah, so it's as if RSG now has the timers that, okay, in the next 28 seconds, there will be an orange buff at the Homeboy side. Why not, again, limit the potential of Amal? So everything is just step 1, step 2, step 3 for RSG.
Well, step 1, step 2, step 3 for Nets as he stepped away from the fight. Just in the nick of time. That was super duper low.
Yeah, and imagine, Sir God, there were 2 players from Homeboys during that time, but that is already the damage. Oh, wait.
Oh, man.
wait.
Shanta, this is like a brawl here that we're talking. Yeah, 3 will be taken out by Aqua, but look at the back line. Looks like Light. Siege down by Ima. Ima does not have the purple buff, so he cannot extend this fight.
Yeah, and for RSG Philippines, this is a perfect time for them to take another kill, maybe, or maybe an objective against Homeboys. And look at the damage that we have for Irad. So everyone is just like backing away whenever they see him.
Yeah, I mean, right now, Irad 4-1-1 can totally understand the amount of damage output they could potentially come up with, and that also means that it's going to be easy for him to get this turtle.
Okay, so Irad currently is at 6k gold. Guys, after the Hunter Strike, he went in for the Blade of Despair. Okay, so it damage item over damage item.
Okay, Mal being the frontline guy, but Mal underneath the turret. Looks like the
Whoa!
RSG Philippines is not going to be faced by that. Kusei is going to go, but look at Ima for the back. Ima comes in. Oh no! Ima, the idea was there. I saw what you're trying to do, but RSGPH. Amazing map awareness to spawn him out, and the fight's not over yet though. Udil cannot do much about this. Oh man, Jadel.
When we said earlier during the draft that Light was a good Cho user, he's proving it right now. He knew that Amal will be will be inserting or will go and try for a kill after those team fights. So he reserved his Way of the Dragon, waited until Amal will be part of it, and then just went in for that. So RSG Philippines just be prepared. And again, after the Hunter Strike, went in for the Blade of Despair. So imagine the difference in terms of the damage here for both Irad and Amal. So things are looking good again even for the gold laners. So you have the Feather of Heaven already for to say, hence the dances on those Zaman forces. So if you're homeboys, you want to be equipped on the defensive item already, but so far it's just the Thunder Belt for the Kufra for Mal.
And look at the damage leaderboard for Ima. He's like number 8.
Oh, right.
He's just right above the 2 roams.
So that's very low. That's a good point, Sir Cloud, because if your lineup is a Claude and a Valentina, you're expecting to have the early damages from the Fanny. So right now, the win condition of Homeboys is to activate nets and have Amal clean up like after the blazing duet from nets.
Yeah, needs to find a good timing there. Okay, Ima will try, but Ima could not even get through as Ira will secure that lot, but now the fight continues on. Look at Nebo behind. Nets will show up behind with a blazing duet onto the back line, putting a lot of damage onto Nebo, but Nebo still survives with the last stick of help. He's not able to get a kill onto Nebo, and instead, Homeboys loses 3 players, including the Lord.
Kusei is the way. Even buying this Holy Crystal after the team fights, imagine the difference now, 6-5 for the Harith. Even though there was a nice entry for that blazing duet, but because of the sustain, the shield that Harith has, it was difficult for Homeboys to like sustain the damage from him and try to kill him before team fight. So again, RSG Philippines very effective on this type of play. The board doing a great job on setting up a play against Homeboys, and even Aqua doing the follow-up pokes with the crowd control with this Aurora.
They tried multiple tactics, right? They sent Ima from behind, they sent Nets from behind, but none of them worked out for Homeboy so far. And now they need to deal with the Lord that's currently at their doorstep. The Lord will lead the charge. At the same time, the other members of RSGPH just behind the Lord waiting for an execution to happen. And looks like Nets will need to get away with the battle mirror image. He has to lead this fight for now.
That's a nice juggle with the Lord for Homeboys. Someone that took the damage so that the Lord won't push through at their middle inhibitor turret. But yeah, for Irad, this is the Blade of Heptasis, so added physical penetration for them. Also has the Malefic Roar. So as compared to the Fanny, by the way, for Amal, just the Malefic Roar and the Blade of Despair. So if you're RSG Philippines, as much as possible, you have to capitalize Irad being on the lead in terms of gold, because next to him is Kusei at 9k. So there's a 2k, 3k difference. Yeah, for even the level, he's already at level 15. So might as well end the game as early as possible, instead of giving Nets the time of his life on the late game.
Yeah, Irad level 15, Ima level 13. Comparison between the 2 jungles. Yeah, I know, right? And damage output, I mean, we don't even need to talk about that. But we need to talk about this, the fact that the Homeboys could take back their orange buff. And yes, they will. Ima got it, but he still has not have the purple buff.
Yeah, things are... if I'm Amal, oh no, I don't have the purple buff again. It's gonna be a hard life for me. Why don't you guys make up a space? But yeah, it's 12 minutes, and look at the goal grab. It's just definitely on RSG's side. That is because of the minimal control of Homeboys has on their map. 6-1-6 for Irad, by the way, on this game. So, Homeboys, they need to stick together. They need that Tyrant's Rage, Tyrant's Revenge from the Kufra, from Mal, and sweep everyone all at once.
And look at this, Nebo has no problem tanking the damage, tanking the skills, because they will trade it off with 1 kill onto Year 3 for sure. At the same time, the backline, Mal is bouncing around, he tries to get away. Udir will fall again, and Mal will not be able to find his way out except by using the Flicker, and Nuts will go down. Aqua will be the one to take him out. And looks like it's a 3-4-1 trade. It is a worthwhile trade for RSGPH.
Yeah, and if for RSG Philippines, they'll take down this third down the middle lane. I think they can end this one.
Yeah, if they can get one more kill, definitely they will end this. And it's going to be Ima going down. It's going to be a wipeout here onto Homeboys, and RSGPH will not go down without a fight. They will want to continue this on. The night is still young for RSGPH.
Light guiding the way for his team, and at the same time, everyone is just doing excellent.